Untrained federal officers adding fuel to Portland's unrest. We are learning more as a government watchdog agency releases a new report. It's critical of how federal law enforcement responded to protests last summer. Thanks for joining us for KOIN 6 News at 10. I'm Elizabeth Din.
And I'm Dan Tilkin in for Jeff tonight. You'll remember that under the Trump administration, the Department of Homeland Security sent hundreds of federal agents to the Rose City.
And that, of course, made national headlines, too. It also played a role in the presidential election. Jennifer Dowling is live now, digging deeper into the findings of that very report. Jennifer?
Good evening. Yes, we are looking into that, and I want to point out that I am on another protest tonight. There's a small group of around 25 to 30 people that have gathered here outside the Portland Police Bureau, and the police are out with the LRAD, or the megaphone here, telling people to move on, saying that they had done some damage at the Justice Center. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that, and I just wanted to point that out. And back to that federal report. Well, some of the problems listed in the report include incomplete training and missing equipment. And those factors, the report says, likely impacted how the federal officers interacted with crowds of protesters in Portland last summer.
The federal law enforcement response to protests in Portland left us with some of the most dramatic images of 2020, including this video of federal officers pepper spraying and striking local Navy vet Chris David during a demonstration. David explained in an interview last October how the experience had changed him.
My sense of activism has significantly changed. The things that I want to advocate for, things like police reform, criminal justice reform.
He also told us he needed surgery on his hand due to the beating.
They took two very long pins, and since this finger was pretty shattered, they basically put it back together and pinned it in there until it solidified. That was from the baton blow from the little dude who was, working his way around me.
A report from the Department of Homeland Security Office of Inspector General is shedding new light on how a lack of training may have played a role in the confrontations. It reads, deploying officers who are not properly trained increases the risk of officers acting outside their authority. In fact, this graph within the report shows that of the officers from various agencies deployed to Portland, 36 lacked cross-designation training, which includes a legal briefing on what authorities and jurisdiction the officers would actually have. Of those officers deployed without that evidence of training, 14 of the 36 used less lethal devices or munitions against a person while deployed in Portland, according to the report. It goes on to say, officers who used force in Portland without evidence of cross-designation training presented an even greater risk of liability to DHS. The numbers are even lower for specific training for a riot. The report stated only 7 of 63 officers we reviewed received riot and crowd control training.
And the report stated that from May 29, 2020 through August 31, 2020, DHS officers made 62 arrests while local police declared 25 riots and made 682 arrests, according to the report. The Inspector General has also recommended that DHS create a plan so they can better implement that plan if they have to be deployed again to a similar protest or civil unrest situation. Meantime, again, back out here outside of the Portland Police Bureau, we're continuing to see another small protest, and police respond this evening. Police are already announcing on the megaphone that they want people to stop damaging the Justice Center. So we'll have to see what plays out tonight. Back to you.
All right, we'll go back to Jennifer Dowling if events warrant. Thank you.